Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good
How are you?
morning. Fine, fine. Thank you so much for making time.
No, no, my pleasure.
Shall we start?
Any? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Namaste to everyone. A very warm good morning to one and all present here. I welcome you all to this most special event that we all have been waiting for. Firstly, I thank our DG CSIR, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi ma'am, for joining with us today and every one of you for the new logo launch event. Uh, as the light destroys darkness, in the same way, knowledge destroys ignorance. Let us begin our event by praying to the Almighty. I request the head CSIR-4PI, Dr. Sridevi Jade ma'am, Sri R.P. Tangavelu sir, Srimati M.K. Sharda ma'am, Dr. G.K. Patra sir, Dr. V. Anil Kumar sir, thank you. Now I kindly request Dr. Sridevi Jade ma'am to deliver the welcome address.
Yeah. Good morning and warm welcome to our DG CSIR, Secretary DSIR, Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, and all my
Namaskar.
anything? Huh? It's okay. And all my colleagues from CSIR 4PI for the logo launch event today. As everyone is aware that we are the youngest CSIR lab which was established about a decade back to support CSIR in the data-driven translational research and put CSIR in the map of data science in the country, big data analysis and data science in the country. And the mandate that was given to us after I took charge as head CSIR 4PI is that we should be a horizontal across all the theme verticals of CSIR and as and when required based on the needs of CSIR, we should be able to support the data science needs. So that was the mandate that was given to us. And I just thought that since it's our first logo launch event and first time we are having CSIR 4PI along with our DG an event, so I thought I will give a little highlights of what we have been doing for the past couple of years so that it would be nice to diminish whatever we have done. So our data science and supercomputing division basically traditionally we have been hosting for past, even when we were a center, we were hosting the supercomputing facility for the whole of CSIR, centralized supercomputing facility, which we continue to do even now. And now we are refreshing the HPC facility and it should be operational in a month's time, and we will be then able to support it will be around 3 petaflops and it will be able to support all the supercomputing needs of CSIR 4PI. And then we made very good strides, excellent strides in domain agnostic AI and ML. We are actually part of the AI mission of CSIR in the phase 1 also, and the phase 2 mission started in 2022, so we are part of the phase 2 mission. And in the phase 2 mission we have our stakeholders are cognizant, one of the stakeholders for 5G security and privacy for 5G VANET, and UDIA for the security and privacy of our biometric data, so that we make a synthetic data which users can access and that way protect the actual data, biometric data. Welcome, Dr. Pashilkar. We started biometric data. So that, and then we also in the last 1.5 years we have doing based on the needs from the CSIR labs, domain agnostic AI/ML for IAP. That is already we have 2 projects, and then in the pipeline we have one helmet mounted display with the CSIO, and then they are all in the pipeline, and one with NAL, and also digital twins of NPL and NCL and NAL. So that is as far as our AI/ML/DL work is concerned. And then we are also doing under cybersecurity research. We have deployed a network telescope on the cybersecurity testbed of 4PI. I think we were the a year back we were the only people who are having a cybersecurity test bed, and this initiative is sponsored by MIT, and every day a daily report goes to CERTIN and NCCC for on all the cyber attacks that the network does. And now MIT wants us to expand it with more nodes. So, and that project is also through, and it was decided in the directors conference in Palampur that we will have a cybersecurity vertical. So that also currently we are working for the cybersecurity vertical. So these are the things under our data science and supercomputing. Then coming, we have one more division, earth and engineering sciences, where we have actually scientists with very niche expertise, domain expertise in computational seismology, then in climate modeling, GNSS based geoscience research, and GHG measurements and modeling, etc. So we do here the research of global relevance, and this is all mostly, mainly 70% of this research is mainly funded by grant in aid projects. So that is one of the main this thing. So currently we have a CSIR mission mode project, because in the Palampur conference it was decided One Health was one of the major themes under AI/ML Industry 5.0. So the One Health includes all the components. So we have taken up the soil and plant health, and we have proposed a mission mode project with other CSIR labs, which actually recently, I think last week or 10 days back, we had a monitoring committee meeting set up by DG CSIR for the project, and they have recommended it to be implemented in this financial year. So that is one of a major ongoing stuff. And our scientists basically they work in the impact of climate change on agriculture, health, disease, etc. And the scientists in this group, they work with the disaster management agencies of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, then Orissa, Bihar, and in Himalayas, Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, and Kullu and Almora. So we work very closely with all these disaster management agencies in terms of impact of climate change, whether on extreme weather events or disease, agriculture, and Kerala also, Kerala state disaster management. Very closely these projects are all done very region specific to address region specific issues of societal relevance. And these are all funded by other agencies and in close collaboration with the disaster management agencies of that region. So that is how the model works, and I am very proud to say that the scientists in this division they have got Bhatnagar Awards and the National Geoscience Award, National Mineral Award, INSA Young Scientist Award, CSIR Young Scientist Awards, and several other state and national awards. So it's a very proud thing, though the this thing is the strength is less. It is something which we are very proud of, and this continues now. And then I have to say about our CSIR Jigyasa and skill development programs, which are very vibrant here with 2 scientists handling each of these programs. And recently we have conducted summer training for Jigyasa and Vismaya Vigyana series, and skill initiative we have given 2 trainings, one on supercomputing, data science and supercomputing, and other on GHG measurements and modeling. So this is a very niche area, and in the country we are the only people who work in greenhouse gas measurements and modeling, and we also have observations this thing. So this is a brief on ongoing and upcoming activities of CSIR 4PI. Now coming to 1 week 1 lab event, ours is scheduled from July 10th to July 15th, coinciding with our foundation day, which is on July 15th. So as a part of this OWOL, we are planning to have a curtain raiser in June 3rd week, somewhere between 19th to 23rd, where we will inaugurate our centralized supercomputing facility. By then it would be ready for inauguration. So the curtain raiser will be around that time. So we had to launch a logo which basically depicts what we are doing. Till now we didn't have a logo, we only use CSIR logo with CSIR 4PI written down. So that was as a part of OWOL, we had to launch a logo which depicts our work along with a tagline. So that was this thing. So what we thought was, let us ask entries. Initially we thought we'll go to some commercial this thing, but then we decided to ask for entries internally between the students and scientists for our logo. So we got couple of entries, and then I'm happy to announce that we chose design given by Dr. G.K. Patra, our chief data scientist of CSIR 4PI, and actually the flag bearer of the data science group of 4PI, because going forward we are going to be more into data science, and he is our chief scientist who's has expert in that field. So that is our logo which we are going to launch today, and it is a very proud occasion that we have our DG ma'am here for launching the logo, because that makes a lot of difference for us, especially for an upcoming like CSIR 4PI. And I am very proud that we have her online virtually. Actually she wanted to come physically, she did give 3 dates, but then somehow they didn't materialize. So we decided to launch it online because we have to start off our OWOL work, and for that we need the logo also. So with this, I once again welcome Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, and over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the address and giving a brief summary about CSIR-4PI. Now I kindly request Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, ma'am, DG CSIR and Secretary DSIR, to launch our new logo virtually.
Namaskar. I'm extremely happy to launch the new logo of CSIR 4PI Institute. Dr. Sridevi Jade, you can do it physically on my behalf. And I wish 4PI all the best.
Yeah, I will do physically after the online logo launch.
Yeah, click it.
That's our old logo.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I kindly request Dr. Sridevi Jade, ma'am, to launch our logo physically.
Good. Very nice.
I also would like to say a few things on the logo design. Our tagline is data plus science. So if we just use
okay.
data without science, it does not, it is meaningless. So we put our tagline as data plus science. And the logo, because we are a horizontal across the theme verticals of CSIR 4PI, so what we did was, for the I we put CSIR emblem and put CSIR on the top, and then the 4 has all the data science
We are not able
symbols.
to. Yeah.
And the P has all the logos of CSIR, because we are a horizontal across 37 labs, and the I has our tagline. So that's the design.
Good.
I thought I'll explain it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We feel really honored and privileged to have with us today our DG CSIR Dr. N. Kalaiselvi, ma'am. May I kindly request you to address the gathering, ma'am, please.
Yeah, Namaskar, Vanakkam, and pleasant morning to every one of you. I'm really thrilled and excited to be a part of the logo launch event of 4th PI Institute, which is the youngest institute, 10-year-old institute, which is really rocking and going to rock CSIR and the country in a big way in the coming days. Why? Because always the youngest one will have more energy, the youngest one will have more support, the youngest one can do anything, talk anything, and they can say anything, because end of the day they can say we are the youngest. But here, on the contrary, 4th PI Institute, you are the youngest and you have taken the entire responsibility of the country, entire responsibility of CSIR, whether it is in terms of data science or it is in terms of supercomputing facility. You have come forward and you have taken the entire responsibility on your shoulders. This is a new, I would say, trend. And I should really congratulate 4th PI and its leadership for this kind of a forthcoming and dedicated contribution both to the nation and CSIR. And I always used to say, we are coming under the umbrella of DSIR, like CSIR is coming under the umbrella of DSIR. We are 80-year-old institution, CSIR. NRDC, the other brother under DSIR family, they are 70 years old. CL is also 60 plus years old. Whereas all these 360 plus years of establishment holding institutions are led by DSIR, who is the youngest brother. So these days, I think the trend is changing, that youngsters are coming forward. Youngsters are taking bold steps and responsibilities. And we, the elders, always like to cherish as well as encourage youngsters the kind of motivation and the leadership that they come forward with, for which 4th PI is also not an exception. And therefore, I compare 4th PI with that of DSIR, because DSIR being the youngest one is controlling all of us. Now 4th PI is really controlling all the laboratories for their data, for their supercomputing facility, and therefore 4th PI, you are having a lot of responsibility and you deserve a lot of appreciation also.
Thank you, ma'am.
And above all, I should really thank Dr. Sridevi Jade, who is always known for her own energy level. And she happened to be the leader of the youngest lab. And therefore, her energy level is now doubled. And therefore, all that time, in every GB, I'll be really looking for, do we have anything from 4th PI? Because before every GB, I will definitely get at least a half a dozen messages from Sridevi Jade. And I really appreciate the kind of, I would say, tireless efforts that you are having. And I think your leadership really will be communicating the same kind of tireless efforts which should be made by the entire 4th PI family. I'm sure you would have already passed on this kind of a positive energy and this tireless effort making energy level to your the entire family members. And I should really congratulate the leadership, Dr. Sridevi, and also the entire 4th PI Institute. And the moment Dr. Sridevi told that I'm having this program in the month of May, June, July, like that, she was going on telling, July is my 1 week, 1 lab. Therefore, June, I should have the new launch of this petaflop facility. And therefore, before that, I want this logo to be launched. And therefore, DG, I think you should give us a date. I think this is the kind of push and pressure. It is a very positive push. It's a very positive pressure. And it is a great and closer follow-up that really makes the entire family of CSIR to really cater to, or at least to listen to the requirements of an institution like 4th PI. So this is how I said, let us not wait for the physical event. Let us go online, at least this logo launch event. And Sridevi, in her own way, last week she was here, she came here, she had a mock kind of a trial run also, and she made sure that this particular logo launch is going to take place in a flawless manner. I appreciate Sridevi for the kind of interest and the kind of your closer supervision and monitoring for every small dimensions and nuances which are required to be taken care because you are leading the data science and the supercomputing facility. So when I heard that she completed the mock and she is feeling happy, then I thought that, okay, no problem. Therefore, I should come only at 8:59 because I'm sure that everything is already made ready and it was time tested. And this kind of a comfort zone, I think the leaders are able to give. And I think CSIR will really, really cherish this kind of leadership as well as, I would say, the entire harmony, cooperation, support, as well as I would say the unconditional support that is being rendered from the other end to the leadership, that is 4PI family, the leadership is getting that kind of a support. So friends, I'm extremely happy that you being a small lab, because I'm a strong believer that only a thin and I would say a small group can only make big changes, revolutionary changes. And I'm a strong believer of thin and lean groups rocking the entire system. I think 4PI is yet another example. Being a small group, I think you will rise to the occasion. Recently, I shared with all of you one more good example that I recently saw in NIO Regional Center. Just 7 scientists, another 10 technical officers, only 17 members, one driver of that regional center. He has really contributed and he is rising to the occasion and he is telling, I am really controlling the purchase procedures of this regional center. So on this part, I told him, I have seen purchase officers driving car or purchase officers as drivers. This is the first time a driver doing the role of the purchase officer I have seen in NIO regional center. There also the group is so small, but they are really earning 1/3 of the total external cash flow of NIO Goa. So these are few good examples, like whether it is NIO Regional Center or Fourth Paradigm Institute, you as small groups, you can only do wonders because we always believe that necessity is the mother of all great inventions. So the moment you find that you don't have more manpower, then suddenly one person will come up with the additional responsibility that he himself will volunteer. So this is how the entire team will come up and volunteer your service and you will take part on your own. And this is how I think the lab is growing and the lab is expected to grow in the coming days also, even though we have given permission to go ahead with the recruitment. So this smaller group will continue to perform in a bigger way. And this logo itself is an example for that. Even though the voice of Sridevi was not clear when she was giving explanation to the logo, but I really understood that this P stands for people or process, or for CSIR, we can say procurement, policy. So whatever you say, so this P is a very important thing. And I always used to listen to Nivruti Roy from Intel. She used to say 4 Ps are very important. She also used to say people, process, like that. She'll be all the time talking about the importance of 4P. So in your case, the P consists of the logo of all the 37 labs. I think you are so magnanimous. And I think one Professor Patra, you said the name is Patra, he deserves a very great appreciation for that. He is so magnanimous. Even though you are coming out with your own logo, you are able to capture all the laboratories in one letter called P, and your I really talks who you are. Meaning is your address is the I, The I is not I in a selfish way. You are making it as a data plus and science in a very, very generous way. I think the logo is very, very thoughtfully done. And I should really thank the entire 4PI family to accept that particular logo that stands as the symbol of generosity. That stands as the symbol of, because 4PI itself is a lab which is known as the data science symbol of CSIR. Data science is symbol of the nation, and therefore this logo is very, very relevant. And I would say the best fit is given by means of this logo. And when Sridevi was talking about this plant health and soil health, I was really excited to listen to all those things because, friends, as you know, I always insist upon five securities like food security, water security, energy security, health security, and finally strategic security. So when you're talking about all these security features, you are now talking about the cyber security also. And similarly, when we talk about One Health, I always tell that this One Health not only contains the health of human, but also animal health, plant health, soil health, data health, metal health, material health, and whatnot. So I think whatever numbers I just put as a series and sequence under One Health, I think without disappointing CSIR for even a fraction of a number, 4PI is now you started thinking about addressing all these requirements one by one. And this is your first step that you have already made up your mind to take a lead on soil health and plant health. It's a very, very right and appropriate move from my view. Why? Because country now is thinking very deeply about precision agriculture, smart agriculture, doubling of farmers' income. Therefore, whether you take the sustainable development goals or whether you take the great advices or the suggestions or the directions that we are getting from the national leadership as well as the CSIR leadership, who is none other than our Honorable Prime Minister of this country, every time we have been asked to think about and prioritize both sustainable development goals as well as the very important and time to time prioritized areas of this government. So once upon a time, government was really giving more than enough importance and celebrating farmers as well as agriculture. But now country started celebrating and country is celebrating and country will continue to celebrate scientists, scientific research and all our attempts. So this is a great coincidence and this is a good match. And we from CSIR laboratories, the scientific fraternity, we should really combine the good science as well as the farmers, as well as the country's leadership's dreams also in one line. And 4PI, here you are, and you are taking the responsibility that we will be able to touch upon every verticals in a horizontal manner, meaning is we will be indispensable with respect to every important project, every mission, every team, and I would say every single step that CSIR is making. And 4PI family, I'm really happy. We are so proud of you because you have realized that you have to rise to the occasion. You are fully geared up and you have the right leadership. And all the time, the great admiring point is that 4PI is getting support from your nearest neighbor, your big brother, who is none other than National Aerospace Laboratory. And I'm so happy to see Dr. Abhay, you are there. Abhay, please continue to support this 4PI endlessly. And without even the younger brother asking you for any kind of a demand, you come forward and you fulfill all the requirements. I'm really happy to see Abhay and Sridevi together almost in every occasions. If at all some occasion is happening in NAL, Sridevi will be there. And when 4PI is doing something, Abhay is there. So this kind of a twin brother-sister relationship should continue forever. And it should continue both at the personal level thematic level, R&D level, as well as from the up to the laboratory level, and I would say the employees level also. So if at all we are able to ensure this kind of closer relationship, this kind of understanding, this kind of mutually supporting each other, this kind of complementing each other, this courtesy and this kind of a friendship, this should be made to spread across the CSIR laboratory. And I think this kind of a harmony alone can take CSIR to a greater level. So when CSIR has completed 8 decades and we call it as 8-year-old great organization, I think now the expectation is more from the society, more from the leadership, and the expectation is more from the ministry side, industry side, society side, and also from the common man, apart from students and researchers. Meaning is we are getting expectations from every possible dimensions, and I think we are fully geared up to cater to the requirements without even disappointing anyone and for any reason. So only when it comes to catering to the requirement of the country, all 37 labs should really contribute. And I think 4th PI, you are having one step more than other laboratories because safety, security related to data science is lying with you. You are taking the lead for supercomputing facility, and you are now taking the one and only facility for the greenhouse gas emission for their measurement. And I think you are the strongest and leader in the simulation and theoretical computation things. When you talk about computational seismology, I think my expectations and my curiosity is more. And now you are slowly expanding your wings, and you are trying to touch upon this Earth, atmospheric, ocean studies also. Even though you are starting with soil health and plant health, now you are already having the seismology related, climate changes related. All these efforts will take you to the next step. And I think one by one, you will try to cater to the requirements of all the 8 teams of CSIR. And I'm really looking forward your contribution in the coming days. And when Dr. Sridevi was telling that this small group is having Bhatnagar awardee A to Z awards, I'm really so happy to listen to such a great information, and my heartfelt appreciations and congratulations are there for every employee of 4th PI Institute. And I think soon we will come up with a number of other positive news and information which will be further strengthening 4th Paradigm Institute. And I think this logo launch event is going to be the starting point of all those success stories. With these few words, I wish 4th PI a very strong and a happy future. And we will not forget that you are the youngest of all. But at the same time, our expectations on the youngest will also be more because we are growing older, and therefore we will make you only to take care of all of us. And with this kind of expectation, again, my appreciations to Sridevi, Dr. Abhay, for both of you, for your leadership, and the entire 4th PI family. I'm really eager to meet each and every one of you. I'll make it sometime in the near future. Till such time, goodbye, good wishes, and all the very best to each and every one of you. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am, so much. Definitely, you will come here for our curtain raiser of OWOL when we launch our supercomputing facility. I have given the dates also, and I have to put on record all the support I got from you and from the headquarters, Joint Secretary, FA, everything in all my efforts. Without that, I couldn't have been able to do anything at all. And also our support from our lab, Dr. Abhay Pashelkar, and earlier Jadhav. Jadhav was also quite magnanimous in supporting. So, and now we have Abhay Pashelkar here. I do hope that by the time we do our OWOL programs, we are set. Like this is the beginning, and I think we should be set by the time we do our OWOL program. Thank you so much for your kind words. We just have a little bit of vote of thanks in which we also honor Patra who has design we have selected. So under 5 minutes of your time we need.
Sure, Sridevi.
Over to you.
As we have come to the end of the program, I request Divya ma'am to propose the vote of thanks. Respected Madam, Dr. Kalaiselvi ma'am, DG CSIR and Secretary DSIR, Dr. Sridevi Jade, CSIR-4PI head, and my dear colleagues. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks on the eve of new logo launch of our institute. Today, it's a pride moment for all of us, and in specific to be a CSIR-4PI employee. I take this opportunity to thank our DG Dr. Kalaiselvi ma'am, who honored this function by unveiling our new logo launch on her inspirational talk. I would like to thank our head, Dr. Sridevi ma'am, for taking our institute to this height within a short span of her leadership. Ma'am, a very big thanks to you. As a part of new logo launch, a logo design competition was conducted wherein several staff members participated, and the logo designed by Dr. Patra, Chief Scientist, was selected. Dr. Patra sir, we offer you our heartfelt congratulations on winning this competition. Your logo design was truly outstanding and captured the essence of our organization perfectly. We are honored to have you as a winner. In recognition of his work, I request our head, Sridevi ma'am, to give a certificate of appreciation and a memento for Patra sir for designing our new logo.
It's my pleasure. And we are also giving a memento, small memento of 4PI to him. Like I said, he is the flag bearer of 4PI.
I must thank the core members who have worked tirelessly to make this event a great success. Your unwavering commitment and dedication to this project have been truly remarkable, and we are grateful for your hard work. I also take this opportunity to thank one and all who have directly or indirectly rendered their service and efforts for making this event a great success. Once again, thank you all for attending this event. We look forward to work together to achieve our institutional goals and objectives. I request all of you to stand up for our national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Yeah, so we can now.
Sridevi?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, shall I just make a move?
Yes, thank you. No. Yes, you mute. Yes, ma'am, you can leave now. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Bye, Sridevi. Bye, Abhay.